Well, hello there. You are listening to Nellyville, the podcast. Have you ever seen a pretty girl get ugly like this? Messy like this? Losing her Hello, Shello. Welcome back to another fabulous episode of NELLYVYLLE, the podcast, the place to be. I'm your host, Chanel number 5, aka NELLYVYLLE, and we are so happy to have you here. If you did not recognize those lyrics that I quoted at the beginning of this, what are you doing? Those are some lyrics from pop diva. I don't know if she's diva status yet, but I think she will get there. Miss Zara Larsson. Now look, I meant to talk about her last week, but we got caught up with something else. You know how I like to run off on the tangents and the things. And instead of squeezing her in there, I wanted to give her proper moment, her proper flowers. Even though, I really don't like when people say, "Oh, I'm gonna give you your flowers." It's so played out. It started out cute. It got abused very quickly. But anyways, that's another story. Can we talk about Zara Larsson for a second? If you don't know who she is, I encourage you to check her out. She is the latest greatest. She's been around for a little bit, for a little minute. So you're not too late. But I'm putting y'all on game. Okay? And you can start with Pretty Ugly. Okay? That's one of my favorite songs from her right now. She's got a cute little discography, but I think the little girl's got it. I ain't gonna call her little girl. She grown woman. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I'm as the Zara Larsson. That's all I got to say. Now, speaking of people getting pretty ugly. Now, before we get on deep into the podcast and everything, I look. Look. Y'all know I am not one to backtrack. I'm not one to backpedal. I'm very much I said what I said. But when I'm wrong and when I remember to come back on this podcast and correct myself, I do. I will stand on integrity. I will do what needs to be done. And this is one of those times where I have reflected. I have gone back and listened. And what I have concluded to is I think I owe someone an apology. And if you guys remember, this was some months ago, I made an episode about Trixie and Katya. We know Trixie and Katya. We love them. We love Bald and Beautiful over here, right? And in this podcast, without getting too deep into it, I talked about Trixie's hiatus, and I talked about the importance of being able to depend on your partners, because they're partnered business partners, they're friends, they're best friends, but they are business partners. And there was a time where Trixie don't take break. Trixie don't, she run the show and do all these things. And anyway, so in my podcast, I spoke on, Katya being able to step up so that Trixie can take the time that she needed to be healthy and blah, 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 blah. I'm not going into all of that. You can go back and listen to the episode, but if you're familiar with Trixie and Katya, you already know all that tea, all that jazz. Now, my apology comes in with, I went back and listened to the episode, and I think maybe I was unclear. Also, look, the drinks and the cocktails and the things flow. Look, we all have a cocktail every now and then. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you just get to talking. I'm on the microphone. I'm hyping things up. I'm being hyperbolic. I'm just yapping. But nonetheless, let me be clear. the sentiment of what I was trying to say was I do still stand by that when you are a partner with someone, whether it be a relationship, romantic, friendship, business, boss, employee, whatever it may be, you always want to make sure you're in a situation where, people's putting in the equal amount of effort and carrying weight and all of these things. I think where that message may have got lost in translation, at least when I listened to the episode back, to me, it kind of came off like Katya did not have it in her to step up to allow Trixie to do what she needed to do for her own health. And that's not really what I was trying to imply. I was trying to address the situation in kind of a general and a broad scheme, but I narrowed in on Trixie and Katya because it was like the most recent example of something that was actually happening in pop culture and all the things. I also want to go on record of saying that I I do not put Trixie on more of a pedestal than Katya. They are very equal to me when it comes to talent and work ethic and what they provide to the drag community, what they provide to art, who they are as people. I love them both. I think they are great. I consume all of the content. And the reason why I wanted to make a point to make an apology, because, I wanted to clear it up. You know what I'm saying? Clear it up. But also, there was something that Trixie said that made me be like, you know what? I think I want to introduce a formal apology. But there's, well, let me just say this in a broad scheme. Whenever you have a duo, whenever you have a group or whatever, there's always that one person that gets pushed to the forefront more than the other person. And it normally just comes down to a business thing. It's nothing personal. It's just easier to market that one person in the group or that one person in the duo. And sometimes it's not even about a business thing. Sometimes it just so happens that fans and people just kind of flock. One person might just be a little more successful in one regard than the other. You know what I mean? But anyways, all that to say, Trixie said something where, and I've been thinking about this for a while. I'm like, dang, I probably need to apologize to this woman. But just recently, Trixie was talking about how their combined YouTube channel was Trixie and Katya 045 or whatever. It had some numbers after it because someone had already got the name Trixie and Katya. And so Trixie asked their management, hey, why is our YouTube Trixie and Katya skibbity bobbity boo these numbers? And they were like, the management told Trixie, well, someone already got Trixie and Katya. And then so Trixie was like, well, did you think about just making it Katya and Trixie? Do you all understand, like, the management it didn't even think to put Katya first. So are y'all connecting the dots? Do y'all see why I'm making this apology? Because it has to it sucks to feel like you're in someone's shadow or to feel like someone's getting a little bit more praise than you. And Katya is not the type of person to ever look. Katya is a very down to earth, very sweet woman. And I don't think there's any jealousy or any envy on that part, but on just a human level, us as humans, it's going to hurt our feelings. It's going to make us feel it just it's natural to feel something, whether it be if you have a sibling who's maybe close age with you, maybe y'all do similar things. That seem like your parents kind of pay attention more to one child. If or are in the choir or band or orchestra at school, and it's a constant battle between first and second chair, it's just we are all susceptible, and we've all done this internal competition with this person who's doing the same thing as us. Do y'all see what I'm saying? And my apology is that I don't want to add to the narrative that Trixie is on this higher pedestal. I'm not trying to make anyone feel like second fiddle. That's not what I was trying to do. But I realized that maybe it came out that way. Not that any of this matters. Not that Trixie and Katya would ever hear it. But just for my own peace of mind, I'm sorry to that woman. Love you both so much. I'm a huge. I've been a fan of both of them since season 7 of Drag Race that they were both on, and I think that yeah, they've both contributed a lot and still continue to give us great art, great work. And Katya, sweetie baby, you are nobody's second fiddle, and I'm sure you know that. Who am I? I'm just some girl with a microphone. But yeah, I'm not in the business of all of that, and I think that seeing that Trixie was able to take the time that she needed to get herself together, and she's healthy, and you got to prove that, hey, when you got to step up, you gonna make it do what it do. But Katya, you and I are similar in the regard of we are not in the business of doing anything extra that is going to overexert ourselves. We participate in art when we feel like it. We are not in the business of being on anyone's hamster wheel. And I can relate to you on that. But when push comes to shove and where it really counts, we do show up for the people that we care about most, that we love. So woo, 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 woo. So that's why that was my apology, my official apology to Miss Katya. Okay. Now, speaking of Trixie and Katya, Lord have mercy. Baby, the mold has struck again. So I don't know how much of the lore y'all caught up on. But maybe a year or two ago, Katya had some issues with mold in her house. And and so you already know. I don't even need to say what all of just the craziness that she had to go through with the house. And y'all know, if you've ever experienced it, I'm sure you know someone experienced it. If you get mold in your house, it's just crazy. And she went through a lot of craziness, a lot of people who, just kind of scamming and scheming, and they got to tear down your house and do all this. It's craziness, right? But anyways, it ended up all getting squared away. I think she ended up moving after all was said and done and everything. But anyways, the mold is back again. And so I don't know that it's as bad as it was the first time. And the last, I think that was a different house. Y'all correct me, I can't remember. It's too much. Anyway, she's dealing with it again. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on down there in California? Y'all don't know how to keep the moisture out. Y'all don't know how to keep rain out. Y'all don't know how to build roofs and stuff. What's going on? What is going on in California, baby? With the mold. Then, so Katya is dealing with that, but then Trixie says that I think she has some issue with some mold in like her pool house or something. But more than Trixie also says in her storage unit where she has all of her collectible Barbie dolls. Those are not cheap. And she specifically put them in the storage to keep them safe. Don't you know? They went and checked on them dolls. Baby, black mold everywhere. And so she had to hire an expert to come to see what dolls can even be salvaged. Gosh, what, I mean, can you imagine you put something up somewhere in the stores to prevent something like that from happening, and you go check on the stuff and it's just, man, that's heartbreaking. People who collect stuff, be it dolls, trains, cars, stamps, what, you those are your prized possessions, and that stuff is not cheap, man. And a lot of those dolls and stuff, they can't be replaced. A lot of those are one of the kind that, they don't make them anymore. I mean, gosh, it just, anyways, prayers out for Trixie and Katya and dealing with the mold and the storage and the things and all of that. And it's just, Lord have mercy. Baby, California, get it together. It's enough to make you want to hoot and holler. Which, speaking of hooting and hollering, I'm so glad. Have y'all noticed that the young people are bringing that back? Now, back in my day, there was a very grandparent thing that, oh man, stop all that hooting and hollering. That's a very old school thing. I don't know if y'all noticed, but that is coming back, and I'm so glad. I am so tickled pink that these young people had. I don't know what made them latch on to it. I don't know if their grandparents said it to them, their parents. I don't know, but I keep seeing the hooting and hollering, hooting and hollering. I'm like, oh Lord, which is a perfect description for a lot of things. These people be out here hooting and hollering. People singing, just hooting and hollering out loud. Oh man, it's nice to see things circle back around. Now, speaking of hooting and hollering, can we talk about JoJo Siwa for a second? Oh, JoJo. Now, here's the latest on her. Now, look, we love JoJo over here. We don't play around. That's my girl. She can do no wrong. But just so y'all know, I'm spreading the word. She does not want to go by JoJo anymore. Okay? She would like to go by Joelle, which is, I think, her middle name. Might be her first name. Anyway, JoJo obviously was short for Joelle, but she is Joelle Siwa now. Okay, she has retired JoJo with the Bobo. She's grown up. She's going through her Miley Cyrus. Y'all know how it is. They have the little kid thing, and they grow up, and they want to evolve. They want to do. Hey, I get it. JoJo is, that was once upon a time. This is a young woman, so we will refer to her as such. Yes, Joelle. Well, that's a very pretty name. I'm gonna have to catch myself because I've been calling this little girl JoJo since she was 6 years old. Now she's what, 22, 23. Give me a second, but I'm going to do my very best to refer to her as such. Joelle, we love Joelle. Thank you, darling. Okay, I'm glad we got that cleared up. Now I want to talk about something that's completely pivoted, something different. You know, I this is Friday before Valentine's Day. And I've thought about this before, but planning the Valentine's Day stuff and the things where we're going to this thing called Drunk Shakespeare. I don't know if y'all have heard of it. I keep seeing advertisements for it, but I've never gotten to go. So I will give y'all a review on that and see if I recommend. I've heard great things. I would still say, even before I go, I would say go see it. But anyways, it's not that far from us. And then we have reservations for dinner, which is a little further away, but not that far where we're going for dinner. But I was thinking, like, man, it is so hard. And let me know if I'm alone in this. Do y'all find that it is harder to plan to get somewhere when it's closer? Like, I don't even know how to explain it. But for me, if something is less than 20 minutes away, really less than 30 minutes, if something is less than 20 minutes away, I struggle with figuring out, not struggling with how, I don't know. It is the weirdest thing. Like, if something is 45 minutes, an hour away, I feel like I can plan. I'm like, okay, I need to get up at this time. I need to be ready by this time. I need to be out the door by this time. But it is something about, if something is 10 minutes away, baby, I struggle with, okay, I don't want to be ready too early and then I'm sitting around. I don't want to drive there and then I'm sitting in the parking lot. When do I get the Uber? I don't want to get there too early. It's just, in theory, it seems like it should be easy. Does anybody else have that problem? Is this just a me thing? I know it's not just me because I've seen people, I feel like I've seen people say this before in like comment sections of something. But yeah, when something is down the street, I'm like, what? Like, I cannot figure out the scheduling of, you know? I don't know. It's so bizarre. I don't know if it's because I've been here in Houston too long and I'm just used to everything being an hour away. And then when it's not that, my brain can't even compute that something is down the street. Child, baby, I don't know, but that's where we are. Anyways, I'm gonna let y'all know about the little about the drunk Shakespeare and all of the things. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about, can we talk about Bad Bunny and the halftime performance at the Super Bowl? Can we talk about it? Can we wake it up? That was one of the best Super Bowl performances that I've seen in my 34 years. And if you were not moved, I'm gonna need for you to go back and watch it again. Last year, Black people, we had our moment with Kendrick Lamar, and it was so unapologetically Black. And then this year, it was so unapologetically Puerto Rican and Latinx. And I think it was exactly what this country needed to see. I love that the little conservative little backup show, I'm glad that it was a complete flop. Now, I am sad because I did grow up a Kid Rock fan. And so, which I know Kid Rock's been on the other side. I've been done knew that, but damn, we keep losing people to MAGA. And I'm just like, damn, man, I really loved you as a kid. But, anyways, we're focusing on Bad Bunny. If you did not pick up on all of the references and all of the history and all of the things, the symbolism that he had in his performance, I implore you to go do some research and really see. And then after that research, go back and watch the performance. The fact that he opened up with the sugarcane fields, the fact that he showed him performing and other people performing on the power lines, the fact that he had a woman who is like one of the last, businesses standing. I believe it was in New York. They're trying to do all this gentrification of these neighborhoods and stuff. And this woman, she refuses to let them come and take her business, her restaurant, or whatever it is. I'm sorry, I don't remember specifics. It was so much, man. He brought out Ricky Martin. Look up, I know the whole thing was in Spanish, but if you look up the lyrics of the little part that Ricky Martin sung, it's beautiful. The messaging. The couple actually got married there on stage. That was a real couple. They actually got married. That couple asked Bad Bunny to perform at their wedding. And Bad Bunny was like, well, how about y'all just come to the Super Bowl and get married at the Super Bowl? Like it was such a beautiful moment. And then if you remember the part where they showed the little boy asleep on the chairs, it was like at like the wedding reception or whatever. We all can relate to that. It was all these beautiful little moments. In the beginning he had like the little abuelos, and the little uncle, the tios and stuff playing cards sitting there. That's something we all can relate to. There were so many little things, the food trucks, the just it was such a beautiful montage of Puerto Rican people just being Puerto Rican, just Hispanic people, Latino people just existing. All of these fun little things. It was so beautiful. It was so colorful. And to just see them all out having fun at the cookouts, at the dancing, and just existing, it was beautiful to see because I don't know where you all live. I don't know if you live in a heavily immigrant area or live around a lot of black or brown people, but people are afraid to leave. People are afraid to be out, you know? So to see on one of the biggest stages of the year, one of the most televised, most watched event of the year, to be able this is exactly what we needed. I watched a video from Luscious Massacre, and Luscious is a drag queen, an entertainer, a performer, and Luscious is Mexican from Brownsville, the RGV, down and close to, it's at the bottom of Texas, very, very bottom. Like you can cross right over into Mexico. And there was a video that Luscious posted of like a Best Buy, and it was around Black Friday. And it was like kind of, I mean, it wasn't, Black Friday's not the same anymore, but it was pretty empty. And Luscious was like, dang, I mean, I remember coming in here, like people, you could hardly even move. Like this is empty. And Davina, Luscious drag mother, was like, people are afraid to come out. They're afraid. Even people who have their papers, who are documented, these people don't want to come out. People, black and brown people are afraid, whether they have documentation or not. They're not going out. And then you have all these people complaining that it was all in Spanish. Do this is America, baby. You need to pick up a history book. America, United States has no official language. It's crazy to me. Like y'all, what? I don't understand what happened to this country. Y'all used to go up for Selena. Y'all don't know what the hell she was saying. Y'all went up for her. What happened to, remember back when Pitbull used to rap in Spanish? Daddy Yankee? Don't got gasoline. We know what that nigga was saying. Y'all love Shakira. Can we talk about the Macarena? Y'all gonna sit up and tell me y'all know the words to the damn Macarena. We don't know nothing Sean Paul said. We turn up to him. Like, I do not understand what, now everybody's just scared of Spanish. Heaven forbid we watch a performance where somebody's not speaking English. Y'all didn't say shit a couple years ago when Shakira and J-Lo was on it. Obviously, yeah, they did some, they did English songs, but still, that was two Latino women up there making it do what they do, repping for their people. I'm sorry. When did we get so afraid of people speaking another language? That was crazy. And you know what else is sad? If we could go back to the Grammys for a second, because, like I said, I didn't watch it. I caught some highlights and I talked about it a little bit. But, what I learned after the fact, Bad Bunny, he was sitting all by himself with a bulletproof vest on at the Grammys. This man could not even celebrate with anyone. This man, because of the state of this damn country, had to sit in an audience at an award show with a bulletproof vest on. What are we doing? And somebody said, you know what? This Super Bowl performance taught me. Sometimes you just have to do it scared. And you could see if you go back and watch the Super Bowl when it opens up, you can see the nerves on his face. You could see that now he got comfortable and everything, but you could see the fear in his eyes. You could see that he was very, very scared. These people are threatening this man's life over some singing, rapping, and dancing. Baby, I'm glad he went through with it. I'm glad Cardi B, she looked cute up there. Jessica Alba looked cute. Everybody looked great. When he gave the little boy the Grammy, and the little boy was dressed like him, a picture of him was like when he was a little boy. I mean, it was just great. It was beautiful. And next year, let's bring out another culture. Let's just do just a full rainbow of people. Let's do it again. Let's wake it up. This was great. Shout out Green Day. Green Day, I always knew I liked you. Beautiful stuff here, people. That's all I'm saying. But if you missed it or you didn't understand, or because it was a lot, like I said, there's TikToks and YouTube people breaking down all of the symbolism and everything, and go back and watch it. But I think that even if you didn't really know the references, if you didn't understand the reference to the power grid and the struggles, and if you don't know the history of the sugar cane and all of that, like even if you didn't know, I think just watching and seeing these people just have just live just existing, the colorfulness of it all, I think if you just really allowed yourself to feel, it was very moving, was very touching. So just go back and watch it again. I ate it. I ate it up. So go, that's all I got to say. Damn, these sirens. Damn, Houston is crazy. Let me tell you something. I told y'all, don't come. You hear this shit? I want mine. Don't come. But anyways, you know what? I'm gonna keep it short and sweet this week. Thank you, Bad Bunny, for sharing the entertainment with me, with us, and bringing all of that out. My apologies, my deepest, sincerest apologies to Katya. Love you so much, honey. Okay. Shout out to Luscious is out here dipping and doing it. Luscious is back in LA popping off. Look out for Luscious about to blow up. Okay. Happy Black History Month. It's a great. We gonna turn it around. We are gonna turn it around. Okay, find you something positive to do. Happy Valentine's Day. If you ain't got no Valentine, baby, be your own goddamn Valentine. Okay, go order you a nice little steak dinner. If you vegan, go out here and get you a nice, faux chicken or whatever you want to. Whatever you get you some chickpea salad or whatever y'all want to do. Go out here and get you some beef curry, some lamb, Brussels sprouts, whatever you want, whatever you like to eat. Do that. You want to take yourself to the spa, take yourself to the mall, take yourself to the Marshalls. You ain't got to do all that. Baby, look, go around here to the CVS, get you a little $6 whitetail, and go over to the Marshalls, get you a little pajama set. You know what I'm saying? Have yourself a little movie night or whatever. Do what you got to do. Buy yourself your own flowers. And what Miley said, I can buy myself. I can hold my own hand. Shoot, I can take myself dancing. You know what I'm saying? And then all to the couples and to the lovers tonight. You know what I'm saying? Hey, get your PrEP, get your Plan B, take your birth control, pick you up. So all I'm saying is, what's it? February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Okay, come November, baby, I ain't got time for a whole bunch of baby showers. Whenever y'all in the November, September, October, y'all doing the baby showers and stuff, cause y'all doing a lot. I mean, unless y'all trying, then good luck to you. But I ain't trying to, girl, don't you know? I ain't. It's only so many gifts I can buy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, You know, but anyway, y'all do what y'all do. Shout out to the lovers in the house. Y'all be easy, be well, plan your Ubers early. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't too late. I don't know when you listen to this, but if you listen to it when it come out, baby, it's still time. It's still time to go out there and get the little go to Kroger. Kroger always got some stuff, okay? Go to Kroger. You ain't got to do too much. Get creative. If you got some stickers and some construction paper and stuff, y'all stay ordering from Amazon. Okay, listen up. If you've missed out, if you can't get nowhere, your car broke down or something, go get one of them Amazon packages. Cause I know you ain't throw them boxes away. Cut out a heart out of the cardboard. Wrap it up with some red tissue paper. Red Happy Valentine's. Get creative. Okay, cause don't mess around and half ass and then be upset cause somebody dumped you over Valentine's Day. So you know what I'm saying? And also to people who you got Valentine's, you going out on these dates and stuff, baby. If the gifts or the date or the effort ain't up to par, they say the thought counts. Okay, I don't want no excuses. Okay, if you feel like they didn't give what needed to be gave, dump them. Don't feel bad. Life's too short. If you take somebody out and they want to sit up here, they got their lips all poked out. You the one, got them a Gucci perfume and took them to a nice steakhouse, and they sitting over here like they not having a good dumper. Get rid of her. You don't put in a lot of effort. If you do put in a lot of effort and that person act like they don't appreciate it, get rid of them. Life's too short. Yeah, I think that about covers it. Okay, well, I'm gonna go off and start prepping for my V-Day celebrations. And because you know what? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all can have that actual Valentine Day stuff. I like to get mine out of the way either before or after. Because going places on actual Valentine's Day, sometimes I look over at y'all and y'all give me an attitude. I look at y'all and some of y'all look miserable. Yeah, I can tell y'all don't want to be on that date. Y'all went out because you didn't want to be alone. Baby, I'd rather be alone. Stop going out with people just because you want to stay, just because you did something on Valentine's Day. Because you're giving me an attitude. I don't want to look over at you and y'all miserable, y'all fronting and pretend. I don't want to see that shit, okay? And when I go to my restaurants, wherever I'm going, don't hand me no little Valentine Day menu. I don't want that shit. Get this out of my face. Don't insult me with this little package with these set prices and shit. Get this out of my face. Then y'all know what else they do. They want to sit up here and add extra tables and stuff. For real, pay attention. If you go somewhere where you normally go, and then you go there on Valentine's Day or certain holidays, and all of a sudden it seems like it's more crammed, or if you go somewhere for the first time, go back on a random weekend and see if they didn't cram that place to capacity to make. Look, I ain't gonna knock the hustle. Everybody trying to get away. Certain holidays, Valentine's Day being one of them. That's when restaurants they make the big bucks. But I'm not trying to be elbow to elbow with some strangers, and then they want to turn the lights all down. Man, I can't see. I mean, it's too much. Look, I don't mind a dim lit restaurant, but Houston, sometimes it'd be dark. I'm not even kidding. It will only I've been in restaurants where it is only lit by the one candle on the table. Baby, I can't see. This is a safety hazard. I like dim lighting. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Give me the dim lighting. But what is the point of setting the mood with the lighting and then you gonna put me in the elbows reach of the couple next to me? I'm trying to hear their conversation. Now all of a sudden we friends. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to people. If y'all close to people, if it's just talk at your table. Anyways, I've gone on and on. The point is, Valentine's Day at these restaurants, they overcharge, they overcrowd. The menu be real basic when it ain't normal. It's just and y'all get on my nerves. Y'all don't y'all oh y'all are so oh anyways, all that to say. Be appreciative. Now look, if you go and eat, you know what I'm saying, just make the best of it. But also know, be prepared. You go to some of these restaurants and y'all try to get cute. Look, young people out here, if this is gonna be your you know your first time you take somebody out to a real nice restaurant and stuff, please make sure you're not dipping into your rent money, and please make sure, look, understand, the nicer the restaurant, they do not put prices on these menus. So if you think you're gonna go and you go to, baby, don't be pocket watching. If you're gonna go out on Thanksgiving and or on Thanksgiving, Lord, if you're gonna go on Valentine's Day, and you know, and you feel like, oh yeah, people saying I got this reservation. Yeah, just know the price ain't gonna be on there, and you probably gonna walk out there spending $300 plus. So look, if you ain't got it like that, maybe go somewhere where you know what's popping out. Go to the Texas Roadhouse, the Olive Garden, the Chili's. You know what I'm saying? Hey, ain't no wrong with that. You ain't got to go to Skippity Boppity Boo Steakhouse, seafood, top not you know. I'm just saying, tell people where you going so they know how to dress and all this other kind of stuff. Anyways, look. Oh, y'all stress me out, baby. I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time. Anyways, we got our reservation. You know what I'm saying? If you think you're gonna get a reservation now, baby, it's a wrap. You might be able to, but you probably should have did that back on Tuesday. But anyways, with all that being said, y'all have fun. Have a beautiful, wonderful weekend. It is warm and nice down here. It's gonna be stormy weather tomorrow here in Houston. So good luck to the lovers and to the people doing the daddy daughter, the mother son, the mother daughter, daddy son, Valentine's Day, whatever you doing. Just be careful out here. If you somewhere cold, bundle up. Although I will say, ladies, if it's cold, beauty is pain. That's all I'm saying. I mean, if you can find a nice coat to go to compliment the outfit, go ahead. But you know what? Ain't no shame in it. Tough it out. If the outfit is cute, the dress is beautiful, ignore the cold. Okay? Take you a shot of whiskey. It'll be okay. If you are of age. I'm not promoting underage drinking. It is okay. It is okay. Don't wear the coat. Okay? Just be cute. It's okay. It's okay. Just do it. Just be cute. Pretend like you're not cold. Ignore it. It's just do it. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just saying, for a look. Oh baby, I hate being cold, but baby, for a look. Anyways, I'll say, all right, so for real though, I'm going ahead and let y'all go. Y'all have a good one. Okay, love you so much again. Bye.